Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shirley, also known as Backttalk, and usually I do anything Disney, but I've also started throwing in some Harry Potter stuff. Sorry, I'm crooked. I have two cameras going on right now. I have the one with my hands, and then I have us. So what I have for you today is we're gonna make an owl, a Harry Potter themed owl. I hope you guys really like this. This is gonna be my fourth origami one. I do hear bells, so soon you're gonna hear Marcy, and maybe Marcy will create some havoc up in here because she's coming straight at the table. She does like when I do origami. She likes to play with the spare parts, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll create a trench so she doesn't have anywhere to go. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I am using special paper from a book that I'm using. So it already has like the shape of an owl, but I would recommend you start with scratch paper. I started with scratch paper. I did this a couple, no. Okay, hold on. Sorry if you see, okay, you don't. No, I'm sorry. Here, you can sit here. You can sit next to me. What was I saying? Yeah, I would suggest you use scratch paper at first, and then you move on to fancy paper. I'm gonna move on to fancy paper now. Sorry, Marcy is really distracting me. And then we're going to work from there. So I am going to make for you guys, I'm going to make the winter owl for you guys. And then I'll make the regular owl for this version, but in Spanish. So you're going to need a square. This one's already a square. If you don't know how to make a square, you just grab a regular sheet of paper, like so, and you just fold it inward to create a triangle, and that should be enough. Sorry, this is like my idea notebook, and it's getting really thin because every time I'm done, I like practice origami with one of the papers I already used. All right, so here we are, and what we need, hi Mar, she's like cleaning herself. This is like, she's like, oh, origami, let's clean myself. All right, so what we're gonna do, let me make sure I'm recording. We are going to fold two diagonal lines, one meeting these 2 points and one meeting these 2 points. I'm sorry for how scratched my paper is, or not scratched, horribly bitten that it looks. So the book that it comes with, it's really cool. The book comes with its own paper, but it's not perforated, how do you say it? You know, like when you're little and it comes with like little lines that you can just tear off. You know what I'm talking about or no? It's not like that at all. And then it's too close to the margin, so it makes it really hard for me to like rip the paper out without like wrinkling the paper. All right, so there's my first diagonal line, and then I'm gonna make a second diagonal line. And I'm telling you guys, she is literally cleaning herself next to me. She has a whole house to herself because Brennan's not home yet that she could be using. But no, she's like, you know what? Mom's filming. I'm going to come down here and clean myself. So she knows that I cleaned myself today. Well, thanks, Mar. I appreciate it. All right, so there we have it. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make this meet to the middle. So I opened it up. Here's the two diagonal lines. Now it looks like the two axes, the y-axis and the x-axis. I always turn it into math. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it inwards to make it look like a kite. I think this is like the beginning of a kite, right? I don't know. The last time I made a kite was middle school. I remember doing one in high school, but it was for geometry or pre-AP geometry or whatever it's called. And we had to use like weird objects. It was like, if you guys seen the show, what is it called? Oh my God, Project Runway. And you know, they use, okay, yeah, all right, bye. No, bye. Oh. Sorry about that. I had to get up and move more. I guess she just wants pets. But yeah, once I'm done, more. Alright, so I fold this one in and this one in. What was I saying? Project Runway. When you get items or material that's unconventional, that's what we had to do for this class. So we had to get unconventional items and make a kite that would work. And then we competed against each other. Mine was okay. I mean, I passed the project. I don't know that it like was amazing, but it was. All right, so I folded it inward. I'm going to open it up, and I need to do the same thing on the other side. So I have 1, 2, 3 lines. I need the same on the other side. So I'm just going to flip this over, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to fold it inward this way, and then do the same thing on the other side. Do you remember any projects you had to do when you were little? I don't know. That one wasn't too bad. What was another project? I had to do a project for physics or pre-AP physics my freshman year, and I don't know any friends in that class. That class was rough for me. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a class that you remember being rough? I just remember like I just sat by myself. It was a rough class. And so I did a project by myself and people were really impressed. It was something on magnets. I don't even remember. I just remember people being like, you did it by yourself? I'm like, yeah, no one wanted to partner with me. Anyway, so there's the folds. Sorry, I don't know how this is like tangenting in. All right, so there's the folds. If you can see, it's already like wanting to fold in, which is perfect because that's what we want. We're gonna fold. So what I did is I grabbed the two end tips and I'm gonna fold them inward this way, and it creates like a big diamond shape, big rhombus. I'm gonna fold this in because I didn't cut this right. All right, there it is. So, all right, again, it was open and I'm folding it in. And it created one big, like, rhombus or diamond or whatever you want to call it. You want another math lesson or no? Maybe I'll skip you on the next math lesson. All right, so there's the rhombus. I'm going to bring these down for now. As you can see, mine have little hoots, but you can imagine it. If you can't imagine it or you're using scratch paper, I would suggest grabbing a pen and just making the eyes to give you like a point to start with. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we need the beak. So I'm just gonna fold this inward and I want the eyes to show, but I want them to be a little bit hidden. So I'm just gonna fold it this way. Now for you, it's perfect because if you haven't made eyes, you can fold it as down as you want without really like hurting it. As you can tell, this one has a lot of hair, so I can go really low if I really wanted to, but I don't want to hide his eyes. And then I want there to be a difference between the beak and his forehead. So I'm going to fold this almost inward. So I guess I could fold it outward first and then inward like that. So what I'm doing is I'm folding it in. Hopefully you can see. And then I'm going to do a second fold out. And that's just giving me like a difference between the two. You don't need to do this. You can just leave it all as one big triangle. But I just like giving volume to my shapes. So there's our out. It's bothering me a little bit that it's not in the center. I'm sure it's going to bother some of you too. All right, so there it is. So we're done with the little face. Super cute. All right, here are the little, I guess I'm going to call them arms. I don't know what you want to call them. I don't know your arm. Oh, Marcy's laying on my yoga mat now. Good girl. So I am going to pop them up, and what I want to do is I want to face them diagonal. Right now they're facing down, which is fine, but I want them to be diagonal. So I'm going to pull it up a little bit, and I'm just going to make it, you can make it meet the line. I'm going to just go right there, not too far. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just a little bit diagonal. So I'm going to be super careful not to give the paper too much give. There it is. All right, so it has little wings, and then from there we're gonna have to fold this inward because obviously the owl is not that big. So I'm gonna flip it over. There it is. I'm gonna flip the tail up, and you can make it meet this. It's up to you. I think I am. All right, there it is. And I'll wait a little bit. I have is it called Helpless from Hamilton in my head? I can't stop thinking about that. Or Satisfied, in the little part where she's like, "A toast to the groom." To the groom. That little section. I like that side too. Check it out tomorrow. Alright, so there it is. Now we could make it into like a proper tail if I wanted to. So I could fold it both ways. Or you can just tuck it in. I'll probably end up just tucking it in because all my other, except for this niche, all my other origami figures are flat. So this guy will probably go with those. But if I wanted to, I could fold it inward to make a little tail. All right. Anyway, so there's a tail. We don't need much of it. I am going to now make these fold in to give the owl like a little waist. You know when they're like sitting? Give it that little waist. So I'm going to fold this in. And you could do this backwards too. I don't mind. Like I'm very free with my folds, as you can tell. Okay, let me move my tail this way so I don't hurt it too much for now. And then I'm going to do the same. It looks like I did about a ½ an inch. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Oh, bless. Okay, then I'm going to make my tail match so it doesn't stick out. So all I did is I just tucked in the bottom parts in. Okay, ready to flip? There it is. It's coming together. All right. The next things we could do is we can tuck some of this chin in just to give it a more flat look. It is completely up to you what kind of owl you want. I could have left it. I just like tucking it in. I've learned that I like that look more. So I'm tucking it in. So there it is, tucked in. And then the little arms, you can leave them the way they are, or you can tuck them in a little bit. Like that. You can like fold them in. And then obviously ears, there's different parts to the ears. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pinch here. Ooh, I went too hard. I'm gonna pinch here. I'm just pinching in. I'm gonna have to be careful with this side now. And there it is, there's our owl. You could do other things. You could fold it a little bit more in. You can leave it out. But yeah, there's our little owl. So there he is. And I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, here he is. Super, super cute. I think this guy was fairly easy to do. The backside doesn't look that bad if you wanted to like fully display him and you can draw these little parts. You could definitely just use white paper, like copy paper for this, and it would turn out great. They are cute. And then obviously the tail, the way I folded it, made it stand, which is great because then he could be like on your desk. There he is. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was fairly easy. I think this is the hardest we've seen so far. It was probably the same league as the cat. There is some fancy folds on this guy that makes it a little bit harder. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this origami preview. Let me know if there's any characters that you would like to see or any like Disney ones, or send me a link if you've seen like a Disney book for origami. I would love to try Disney ones. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, I do Harry Potter, Disney, and sometimes other random stuff. Yeah, I hope you have a great day. Until next time, adios.